So hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now I'm going to keep you up to date with how the session's gone so far. I've started off doing some tench fishing today. That's what I was wanting to do, that's what I'm aiming to do. Now I've started off in an area where the water is super clear. Supposed to be fishing waggler, fished it for a few minutes, weren't really too keen. It's way too clear, sun's really bright, we're fishing the last few hours before darkness. So what I'm going to do is, I've already put in some bait, I unpacked my stuff. Obviously I've got my travelling gear on me, my SKP luggage range that I used in a recent video for the bream. I've packed my gear away now, but I unpacked it, got my bait ready, so I'll mix up some brown crumbs, some liquidised bread, put it into the swim. I'm going to leave that to settle now, because that swim is fed up, so to speak. What we're going to do is we're going to wait for the light levels to drop a little bit, then we're going to go down there, set up the chair again, set up the float rig, and hopefully catch some more fish. But what we're going to do for now is, we're going to hopefully stalk some. So I've taken down the float rig, taken it off the line, we're going to fish free lined, I've got some worms, some bread. As I say, luggage is all packed away on my back, chair and bag. We're going to start roving the canal. I've also got my push bag with me, and fingers crossed we're going to find some tench and be able to stalk him. What we'll do is we'll come back to the swim in about an hour or so, and then fish the last hour of light. Let's crack on and hopefully get some on the bank.
Definitely seen a tench moving down here, a tench and a bream. Just casting around, waiting for that line to start pulling. There's definitely a tench and a bream down here somewhere. We got it, we got it. We've got a tench. It was either going to be a bream or a tench. Oh yes, oh no. Stay away from them reeds. We caught the one we're after. That's our target species today, is the tench. My brand new setup too. Go on, first fish on it, come on. I wish I'd set the big camera up. Should have anticipated that I was going to get one of these fish because they're feeding so confidently. I put a few pellets in the swim and a few worms. Lovely, chunky female tench. To say they spawned just a few weeks ago, she's still really chunky. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. In the net, please. In the net, in the net, in the net. Yes, we got her. God, she's a chunky fish. Worm perfectly positioned in the corner of the mouth. Get her on hook quickly, get her resting. Nice hook hold, perfect.
Well, I know this tench spawned a few weeks ago because I saw him, I even attempted to film him. But this girl looks like she's holding on to her egg still. Look at the size of that belly. Great big fat tench. Actually super healthy, got a few scratches like maybe she's been in a pike's mouth for a few seconds. But super healthy fish, so it feeding on the bottom with a bream. I was really hoping this fish were going to take it before the bream did, and it did. Absolutely perfect. Just a bunch of worms on the bottom, stalked it free lined. Got a little bit of time left now, maybe only about half an hour left to stalk him before I'm going to have to sit in that swim for the last hour before dark. So get this one back, have a little look, maybe I can sneak one more out or maybe a bream, and then we'll go and sit in the last swim for the session on the waggler. Absolutely awesome. So here's just a neat little trick while the sun's gone in and it's not blaring on my face, to what I do when I'm freelining. I don't just put a single shot on or a bulker shot or just a free line bait with nothing else on the line. I actually spread my shot out a little bit. So I've got the worm, and then let's say about 12 inches up I have a shot, which is the one that's going to pull the worm down the fastest, and then about 12 inches up from that again I've got another shot. Now what that means is I've got that shot that pulls the worm straight down. And normally if you haven't got any more shot behind you, that your line's generally flowing around in the water and it can actually get in the way of the fish and the fish can see that. So then the next shot is then to help pin the rig down. So then you've got, 2 foot of line laid along the bottom before it gets to your free line that comes up towards your rod tip, which means there's a lot more area where the fish can go down see your bait and not see a line coming up through the water. But that's just what I do, and it's specifically really for tench and bream on the canal, just really wary fish. Right, let's get another one.
These tench have like proper bizarre feeding spells. They feed for a little bit and they just sit completely still, not moving for ages before they start moving and feeding again. I'm going to recast again. I'm going to do a risky thing that never, well, virtually never works and almost always spooks them off. I'm getting desperate for one of these fish. That is to drop it right on the nose. It's worked before, but 9 times out of 10 all you do is spook them off. But no. I want one of those too. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Come on. Yep. Got it. We got it. That's what it took. Just dropping it right in front of his nose. That was awesome. I'll put my net. Oh, it's behind me. Yes. Yes, we finally got one. There was... Oh, no, it's gone in the reeds. Gotta do the Stretch Armstrong thing. Sometimes I'm glad I'm 6'1". Gives me a little bit of extra arm length to get him out the reeds and the edge. He's going through all the weed. I'm going to try and keep his head up. There's lots of blanket weed on the bottom. You've got to keep the heads up when they're trying to get in that blanket weed. He's tying that drag up a little bit. Thing is, I don't want to risk pulling too hard and pulling the hook out or potentially snapping because I'm fishing a lighter hook length. Only a 4.5 pound hook length. Yes. Yes. Fish landed. God, and he's a chunky guy too. Male fish, that one. And look at how deep he is. That's a really nice tench. Another target species caught. Absolutely awesome. Oh, I almost lost him then. Need to take a look at you, chunky guy. He's actually quite a short fish, but he's so deep. Can't believe that. Right, let's take a look at him.
Well, it's had a beautiful fish. The sunlight is setting now, so I'm going to be losing visibility on being able to stalk fish. So we're actually going to go over onto the waggler now, but let's show you this fish first. I was after tench today. I've caught 2 so far already. I'm already a winner, so whatever I catch now is just a bonus. This one is a lot better looking than that first fish, and he is a male this time, and look how proud he is presenting that fin up for us. He's got them great big wide flappy fins underneath and the bulges on the side that shows he's a male, and he was a really hard fighting one too. Tried to get me in the reeds a few times, but I managed to tame him on that brand new setup. So the aim of using the new setup was to try and target some tench, and that's what I've done. First 2 fish on it is 2 tench. Thankfully I avoided the perch because there was a few perch eyeing up that bait down there. Absolutely awesome, beautiful. Right, before the sun starts setting now, it's time to get the rest of the gear set up, float set up, and let's see if we can get one more tench before it gets dark. Awesome. Right, so I'm just about to set up the waggler now because the light is setting very fast. So I'll very quickly run through the setup I'm using today. Brand spanking new Shakespeare SKP Concept 11-foot float rod. Beautiful rod. I've been using it for those 2 tench so far. Tamed them really nicely. And that is teamed up with the Shakespeare Super Team FL 3000 size reel, loaded with 6 pound main line. And then I have been fishing a 4.5 pound hook length. Now, since the light levels are dropping, I'm going to be fishing an area that I've pre-baited that is actually quite snaggy. I'm just going to go 6 pounds straight through. It's not really going to spook the fish too much because the light levels are dropping. I'm fishing a bog standard float setup. I'm fishing a bulk down towards the end of the rig, a few droppers, and I'm just fishing it down the margin, and fingers crossed we can get a couple more fish like that. Like I say, I baited the area already with some ground bait, so I think maybe even some dead maggots, some liquidized bread, a little bit of everything, but in a couple of small little areas, which will hopefully hold some fish now. So without further ado, I'm going to get to that swim. It's just behind you guys, just around there, and fingers crossed we can get one more before it gets dark. Awesome, let's crack on. called Paul Roy.
Bubbles are right under the float. Come on, he's got to go under. Can't not go under. There we go. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Tench. Oh no, it's a. How is that a bream? Did you see the way that thing ran? That thing bolted halfway across the basin. How is it a bream? It's a stonking bream though. Jeez. We should have bought some scales with me. That could have been a PB. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, that's a heavy bream. That's a big bream. That's a real big bream, and I've got no scales to weigh that. That thing's probably 7 or 8 pounds. Jesus Christ. Oh. Now, it's not what we were after, and I really do wish I had some scales with me right now, because that is a stonking bream. That's easily a personal best. I don't know if you can tell quite well on camera, but the belly on that thing is absolutely huge. This feels like a 7 pound plus bream, and that for a canal is an absolutely beast of a bream. It's so fat. I'll try and turn it on its back so you can have a look. I don't know if you can tell, but that is just a really fat bream. So it may not have been the target species we were after, but a bream of this size, nice constellation I think, especially from the canal too. Just get him rested in the margin down there, let him go, and wash my chuffing hands. Bloody hell. Oh, we got a fish, we got a fish. It's come under the reeds. Whoa, that could be a tench. I think that could be a tench. Can you guys even see? I've booked a tench. Oh, it's gone right under the reeds. Right as it's getting dark. It's gone right under the reeds. You can generally get. Oh, whoa, almost fell in. You should be netting. Where do you think they've gone in? Sometimes they'll spook back out. If there's even a fish left on there. Oh no. It is. It's still on. It's still on. It is a tench too. Come on. Target species. Oh, it's bending the rod double. You can't even tell because you won't be able to see that. And we're back to my chair. Just managed to get him out of the snags, and it is a tension. I think it's a nice one too. Fighting really hard on the float gear. God, honestly, I was just packing away. I've got my bag next to me. I've already got most of my bait in there. Oh boy. Reel's nice and smooth. Come on. Trying to go in all the snags. He's such a hard fighting fish. Oh, it is a nice size one. It's a nice size one. Come on. Yes. Yes, we did it. Oh, we finally did it. Oh, and it is a stonking tench. That's the biggest tench I've ever caught in my life. That's huge. That is a huge tench. For the canal anyway. I know a lot of people catch big tench, but this fish is, God, he's definitely a big fish for the canal. I can't believe that. I'm pretty sure I've broken my personal best twice this video. Once with a bream, it's probably the biggest bream I've ever caught, and this time on a tench, probably the biggest tench I've ever caught. It's a beautiful fish. It's easily a fish of over 6 pounds, I would say. It is like so fat, and I've got no scales,
So I couldn't weigh the bream. I can't weigh this tench, which, look at its belly, it's just fat, just an absolute unit of a female tench. What a shame I couldn't get a weight on this fish. Whoa, almost dropped it then. This fish is probably, I don't know, I wouldn't like to estimate it. I know it's over £6 anyway. Beautiful looking fish. Shame it's not brighter either, so you get a better view of her on the camera, like. But let's get her back, get her packed up. What an awesome session this has been. Short little few hours in the evening. Wicked. So guys, it's currently the crack of dawn, the day after that session. I'm currently out this morning targeting some topwater pike. But I couldn't really film the ending at the end of that video because it got pitch black after I caught that tench. But what a fish. I wish I got my scales on me because that tench was, I think it was over £6. It was a really nice fish. I don't even think it was quite in focus because it was so dark it couldn't quite focus on that really dark tench. It was almost black, it was really dark green. So cool. If you want to check out the setup that I've used today and maybe some of the luggage as well, I'll leave it all down in the description below so you can check it out. Don't forget to subscribe. The YouTube algorithm has started playing in my favour again. I don't know why, maybe it's because I kept mentioning it in my videos, but all of a sudden the views have started going on, which is really nice. The last few videos give me a really good boost. So thank you guys for watching and subscribing and liking the videos and commenting because they all help me out. And I'll catch you guys later.